What's up, everybody? Jackson, your cat daddy here. Welcome to another installment of Let's Go Around the World and Get Some Questions About Cats. This time, we're going to Brazil. Jump on aboard. We're expecting you, the cat plane. Over to Brazil, let's talk to Thalita. Thalita, take it away.
Hi there, Jackson. I'm Thalita from Brazil. I live in an apartment by myself with 4 cats. 2 of them are social and two of them are scared. I want to talk about one of these scared cats. With the other one, I could work things out, and now she allows me to touch her. Sometimes she's still scared and runs away from me sometimes, but the other one I kinda gave up because it was more difficult. This cat that I'm talking about is named Cadu. He usually spends all the time under the bed or outside on a box that I put like in a tall place so he can stay and feel safe. I never touch him because he doesn't allow me to, and he always eats like at midnight when I'm sleeping. When I'm like passing to go to the bathroom, he runs away and get under the bed. He and the sister that is the other scared cat for more than 6 years, you know. I'm gonna show you my cats right now. This one's Kira. This guy is Aisha. This one is Safira. The other scared cat, Cadu. This one is Cadu. And he always is very scared about me. And I want to know if after so much time I can still work things out with him, and what can I do so he can feel safer and maybe live a life that he likes. I'm grateful. See you. Bye-bye.
So, Thalita, I think that what we're trying to do right now is to just gather up clues that you've given me about your life with your cats. So, Thalita, let's take your points one by one.
2 of them are social and two of them are scared. With the other one, I could work things out, and now she allows me to touch her. Sometimes she's still scared and runs away from me sometimes.
Okay, so here we're talking about the second scared cat, which is Safida, I think you said her name was. Safida, you said you've been able to get somewhere with. What is it that you were able to do with Safida that brought her along? Because let's not forget, they're litter mates, so there's a lot of their early experience that they share in terms of what made them more fearful along the way. And if there was anything with Safida, try everything that you tried with her and just do it in a more concentrated way with him. Think of those things. I mean, was it a certain type of play that you were able to get her really active for, or a certain kind of food, or a certain way of approaching, of petting? So I guess the message there, Thalita, is look for the buried treasure in Cadu, in terms of raising his mojo, that Safida has already provided for you. All right, so let's move on to the next point you made, Thalita.
He usually spends all the time under the bed or outside in my luggage on a box that I put like in a tall place so he can stay and feel safe.
So either he's down low or he's up high, but he feels safe. You know, I talk a lot about bush dwellers and tree dwellers, cats who find their confidence down low or up high. That's not Cadu. He's doing those things because he feels just safe. He can be in no trouble. He can make himself small and invisible, and that's not what we want. So we want to work on how to get him away from those areas. And I know that one of the things that makes you such a great parent to these cats is that you're just trying to give them comfort. And the more scared a cat is, the more inadvertently we wind up catering to that fear because we just don't want them to experience the fear, if this is making sense. So in another instance, it would be that you have a cat who hides in the closet all the time. And in order to make them more comfortable, you start putting beds in the closet. You start feeding them in the closet. You start making that den for them even more appealing, which does what? keeps them in the closet. That's not mojo, Talita, that's anti-mojo. So in this case, what we gotta try to do is, number one, let him know that this isn't gonna work for him anymore, that we gotta stop giving him access to under the bed, and we have to start not giving him access to these really high places anymore, but try to find a middle. So what we're saying is, no, we don't want you hiding. And that means blocking off the under of the bed. You can do that slowly. You can use packing crates or something like that to start slowly easing him away from under the bed. Or you could just rip off the Band-Aid and block it and don't give him access to it. And the same goes with that really high spot. That's saying no, but what's the yes part of this? The yes part is finding what I call the confident where. And if you want to know more about that, check out this video up here. Some cats, you'll find that if they're sitting on a couch, that's their confident where. Suddenly their body posture changes. So think of it this way. If Cadu is up in that little luggagey area that you're talking about, he's probably down low. He's probably doing this thing. But if maybe he finds that spot on a couch cushion or something else where he sits up straight, where his chest is out, where his ears are up, where he's just giving you that little message that if he could talk, he'd be like, well, hey, Talita, how are you? You know, that kind of thing, as opposed to don't touch me, don't touch me, don't see me, you know. What I would encourage you to do is just experiment while you're saying no to him with these areas, experiment with areas that may work. Wait a minute, as a matter of fact, you showed me that, didn't you? Let's take a look at this.
Cadu. This one is Cadu.
What's that? That is Cadu with his sister, Safida, and they are on this little couch, which is lower than your bed, but not under your bed. This piece of furniture here, which is kind of, I don't know if this is like a cat couch or what kind of genius piece of furniture this is, but let's use it, man. When he turns around, right here, right there. But look at that boy. Ears up, eyes open. He's present, he's confident, he was sound asleep, but he wakes up just open. That is an amazing sign. Let's think about catifying for confidence. And here it's about finding his confident where, and you just hit a jackpot area there. So let's give him more things around that height and put him around the room, make him comfortable. If he's looking for something that's a little warmer because it's too cold in Brazil right now, then put a heated cat bed on another area that's raised up off the ground a little bit. Just really entice him over there. If heat is what he's seeking, then give him a heated bed. There are heated beds that you can get that are originally designed for outdoor cats, for feral cats, where it plugs in, it's all weather, they can't chew through it, it's just maybe 2 volts, something like that, but just enough to provide a little bit of that radiant heat so that he stays there a little bit longer. There are other beds that have a layer of mylar inside them, and all that does is that when a cat lays on it, their own body heat creates a nice little heated effect. So you can look for something like that as well. A bed like my clamshell bed, which when you close it, it just gives him a little bit of hiding space, but not enough to be under the bed. These are ways of catifying for confidence. We want to remove the places that create small, insignificant, invisible Cadu, and the things that make him more visible, but that he can hang with, like this, we just capitalize on it. So before we were talking about catifying for confidence, now we're going to take that same principle and bring it to other affairs in the house. And as you just mentioned, food is the next thing. If you're allowing him to eat at midnight when you're asleep, when the house is dark, and now he goes, all right, the coast is clear, I can go eat, again, we're catering to his fear. Allowing Cadu to eat in the middle of the night will keep him small, insignificant, and feeling like he can live a life devoid of social interaction with you, Talita. So the solution here, pretty obvious. Stop letting him eat whenever he wants to eat. Move just to meal times. All cats eat at a given time, they eat together. By eating with the other cats, we're creating a sense of communal rituals. He can then watch them do it. He can watch Safida do it. They all have to eat at the same time, and he'll be able to just sort of absorb just a little bit of, not necessarily the confidence, but it's just sort of acting as everyone else acts, and they're all acting with confidence, so it's almost like osmosis. But in this case, I think it's something that'll be really positive. So you're seeing the theme that that I'm going with here, Talita, is that for everything that you allow him to do, because you might feel sorry for him, there's an unintended consequence, which is remaining in the shadows. So let's bring him out of the shadows now with food.
Cadu. This one is Cadu. And he always is very scared.
Okay, so let's stop right there. Number one, you say hello to him.
Cadu.
Number two, right here, he looks at you, very comfortable, and you're looking at him. He has no problem making eye contact with you. Why? Because you're sitting right now. You're not looming over the top of him. You're not coming at him. You're not in any way a threat. You're just sitting there. So how can we take this moment and build it into something positive? Well, we have what I have referred to many, many times before as the cat I love you, the slow blink. Check out this video right here. But this is that way of establishing loving contact with our cats. That is just, it's right there. It's available to us. It's just by slowly blinking, right? He looks at you. You have that moment. Instead of staring at him, that you would just slowly blink to him. Allow him to try to soften his face and blink back to you. Work on that. Because when that moment comes where the two of you could have that eye-to-eye connection in a loving and trusting way, him closing his eyes to you because he's saying, I love you, sure, but also I trust you. And from there, you can do things like go to the edge of the bed and start blinking at him there. Because from there, you can hold out a hand in a very non-threatening way. You can present a treat to him in a non-threatening way. When I say non-threatening, it's because you're not standing over him. And make it part of your daily ritual with him and start to try to establish that trusting back and forth with him, that first it's eyes and it's voice, then it's hands, then it's the getting up. And Talita, if you've been watching my videos at all, alongside of all of this is play. To me, there's never been a more surefire way of getting our wallflower cats to come off the wall, out from under the bed, whatever it is, and to enjoy the world than by playing with them. As he finds the confidence to just hunt, catch, kill, those actions which awaken his most primal confidence, you're putting that into action, literally and figuratively. And I would make that a part of his every day. And what I would try to do is have separate play time, just Cadu time. It's okay to put everybody else aside and to just play with him for a little bit. The more you can get him to bat at a toy in the middle of the floor or up on that couch where he's at, or even better, to get him up on the bed and chase something there, these are those small wins that you can capitalize day upon day upon day.
I want to know if after so much time I can still work things out with him, and what can I do so he can feel safer and maybe live a life that he likes.
The thing I want to reinforce for you, Talita, is you have given him a life where he feels safe. But to sum this all up, what I think that we can bring to the table right now is that for you to be aware of when you might be overcompensating because you see a scared cat, you feel bad because he doesn't feel safe, and then you overdo it in terms of giving him safety, which, as we've talked about, is allowing him to live under the bed, to live in a box up high outside, for him to be able to eat in the middle of the night. So our job right now is to continue to make him feel safe. That's a given. Say no to that part that allows him to be small and insignificant and invisible, but yes to a better life. Right now, it's about what's in the middle. What is a height that works where he might not be altogether comfortable? He's approaching that challenge line, but we can praise him and encourage him to that challenge line and then past it. Same thing goes with his eating habits, how social he is with the other cats, how it is with you touching, and how you get to that place of touching or standing over him and expecting him to just hang tight. All of these things are encouragements and not pushing him off the cliff, because that's going to make you feel terrible and it's going to make him more scared than he is today. So we want to say no, we want to say yes, and sometimes we even want to say maybe, but that maybe always has to be going towards the yes. Hopefully that's making sense. All right, Talita, once again, I want to send all of my cat daddy love to you for just allowing all of your cats to be who they are over these 6 years and never giving up on what it is that you can do for your more scared cats. And it's not just so that you can have the satisfaction of cuddling or doing whatever, but because, as you said here, you want them to have a life that they like, where they feel safe, where they're happy, where they're safe. You know, that's what you want to give them. And I think based on the results that you've had with Safita, with the results you've had with your other two cats, that Kadu will follow along. All we have to do is just gently, in a loving way, just nudge him up to that challenge line and one paw beyond. And day on day, you're gonna see a change in him as well. I'll bet you. And Talita and everybody else, just so you know, I have not spent all these years around cats just idly sitting by. I've been making products and I've been curating products that I think will, like in this case with Kadu, bring out your cat's mojo. In this case, we were talking about different types of beds. They are there to accomplish the exact purposes I talked about. Also, when it comes to interactive toys, whether I'm putting my name on it, whether I've made it, whether I put my name next to it, go over to jacksongalaxy.com and check out everything that I stand behind. All right, Talita, thank you again. And for all the rest of you guys, if you want to ask a question, all you got to do is what she did. Send a video right here and give me a video of you asking a question and then your cats doing whatever it is they do, and then send that on over and I'll see if I can answer it. Don't forget to pass this on if you've got some under-socialized, scared cats that need some help. And don't forget, subscribe. Don't forget, hit the bell. All those things that make it so that I can get my videos out to you in the most efficient way possible. Efficient, officious, efficacious. Look, see, there it goes. Vocabulary. Bye-bye. Words. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Light, love, and mojo to you. Take care.
Meow.